Importance of prayers. Yes. Okay. So this prayers is part of what? Part of a bigger umbrella of something. What is that? These prayers, right? It's part of the Bhakti Yoga, isn't it?
Yes.
What is that? What is that bigger umbrella? What? Where come under?
Devotional service, Mataji, you tell.
Yes, devotional service, Saras Mataji, correct. So, how many forms are there?
9.
Nine.
Do you all remember who actually preached about these 9 forms of devotional service? Who spoke about this? Who spoke? It's a small boy.
Prahlada.
Yes. Okay, so what is the name of the prayers in Sanskrit?
Srana Vanam, Kirtanam, Varanam,
Padasevanam, Archanam,
Archanam,
Vandanam,
Daksham,
Shaksham,
Atma
Atma
Nivedanam.
Nivedanam.
Okay, thank you. So you have mentioned all 9. These prayers, which one was it?
Vandanam.
Vandanam, very good. Okay, Vandanam. And then we went on to understand the importance of prayers. What happens when we submit our prayers? So we learned many importance of prayers. Can you tell me one importance, one benefit? Where do we go? Those who perform prayers, where do we go? What is promised for us? What has been the promise? Where do we go?
Eligibility to enter Vaikuntha Loka, is it?
Yes, eligible to enter Vaikuntha. Okay, all right. So it is mentioned in Narsimha Purana. So you can just jot down somewhere. It is mentioned in Narsimha Purana. Any person who comes before the deity or Lord Krishna and begins to chant different prayers is immediately relieved from all reactions of sinful activities. So there are a couple of things here. Or they'll be relieved from all the reactions of sinful activities and become eligible without any doubt to enter into Vaikuntha Loka. Okay, all right. So we call this as, we call a particular prayer as a sublime prayer. Can anybody tell me what was that? What did we learn?
Sorry,
It's a very best and easy prayer. What is that sublime prayer? So we have so many prayers. Okay, we saw so many prayers 2 weeks back. And there's one prayer. It's called very sublime prayer.
Maha Mantra.
It's called Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Yes. And then we went through the meaning. Anybody can share the meaning of Krishna Maha Mantra? So there are 3 words. And then I want you to tell me, what does this prayer mean? Anybody else? Who has not spoken yet? Karupya Saraswati Mataji? Whatever that you can remember. We learned the meaning of the Hare, we learned the meaning of Krishna, the meaning of Rama, and then now when we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have called Hare, we have called Rama, we have called Krishna. Now Krishna has got our attention. Okay, all right, you've got my attention. What do you want, my child? And then we are saying something. What is that? So I have few questions here. Okay, if you catch it carefully, I want to know, what does Hare mean? What does Krishna mean? What does Rama mean? So that now that you've got Krishna's attention, what are you asking Krishna to give us? So I have got 4 questions here.
Energy.
Okay, which part of it, Mataji?
Hare, energy.
Okay, very good. Okay, Kala Mataji, let's give you Krishna. Saras Mataji, energy is also referring to another personality. Who is that? Who is Krishna's energy?
Srimati Radharani.
Yes, O energy, O Radharani. Okay, it's like that. Okay, now we go to Krishna.
The Lord of attractive.
So One who's
Attractive one.
the all
Attractive.
yeah, the one who's attractive. Okay, now we have done with Hari, we have done with Krishna. Rama,
Reservoir of pleasure.
reservoir of pleasure. Very good. So now that you've got Krishna's attention, you already call, you know, sometimes the child call, ama, 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 apa, 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 apa. Okay, yes, I'm listening now. What do you want? So like that, Krishna is asking, what do you want? Now you are telling what prayer, what is it that you want? Please, let me ask Roja Mataji.
Ask for his mercy,
Okay,
for mercy for us.
okay, to do what? We are
To
asking
get
Krishna to
his,
do something for us.
yeah, to get his blessing.
Okay, all right, blessings, all right. Who is real me? Please rename. Okay, Rajina Mataji, what is the request that we are submitting through this Maha Mantra?
Please engage me in your service.
Yes, very good. Okay. Oh, energy of Krishna, of Srimati Radharani. Oh, Krishna, who is all attractive. Oh, Rama, who is the reservoir of pleasure. Please, okay, kindly engage me in your devotional service. Okay, so that is the meaning. Okay, so now when you chant, at the back of your mind, this is the motivation behind the mantra. There's nothing else. Not that you want to pass exam, not that you want to acquire wealth, not that you want to get followers, not that you want to get name and fame. What else? No, big car, big house, nothing. Okay, the prayer is only about asking Krishna to engage us in his devotional service. Okay, so next we understood that it's not easy to come up with some prayers. So what we do? What do we do? Where do we get the prayers from? What kind of scriptures? Give me some example of scriptures where we can find lots of prayers there.
Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Bhagavad.
Yes, very good. Okay. Do you remember one prayer that I mentioned last week?
Upanishad, Ishopanishad, is it?
Isopanishad, okay. And then a prayer that somebody...
Brahma.
Okay, yes, Lord Brahma.
Brahma.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else? We saw some prayers from Lord Brahma, which is the Brahma Samhita. What else? How about a female personality?
Kunti Maharani, is it?
Kunti Maharani. Okay, Prahlad Maharaj also has submitted prayers. Anybody else that you can recall? Who else submitted prayers to Krishna? We can follow them, follow the prayers. We can, when we go in front of Krishna, Jagannath, you stand there, right? Of course, you want to admire his beauty and everything, but we need to glorify the Lord. So when you want to glorify the Lord, it's good to be done with prayers, prayers from scriptures, prayers mentioned by great sages in the past. Okay. So the Skanda Purana, this is mentioned in Skanda Purana. Devotees whose tongues are decorated always with prayers to Lord Krishna are always given respect even by the great saintly persons and sages, and such devotees are actually worshipable by the demigod. Okay, so it's very exalted position of those who can offer very nice prayers for the Lord. Okay, so final segment of our class 2 weeks back was prayers introduced by Srila Prabhupada. For it could be for health, it could be for protection. Anybody remember what prayer is that? There's one, Srila Prabhupada was very, very sick, but he has not finished his certain things, certain tasks. So he told the disciples to say this prayer. What prayer is that?
Narsinghadev prayers.
Narsinga prayers. Okay, so we are done with the recap. Okay, so please, after the class, right, you have 2 weeks gap. So please refresh the memory by referring to the PDF, okay, during your lunchtime, at work, okay. So with that, we are entering the glories of Tulasi Maharani. Somebody's background is noisy. Okay. Glories of Tulasi Devi. So this week, right, we have lots of slides, and please take part in reading. Okay, there's a lot of glories, and there's one story. That story I will narrate, even though the slides are there. Okay, but you can also read it. So let's have some interaction here. Take part, volunteer to read. Okay, so we can finish the class on time. Okay, so first of all, introducing Tulasi Devi to you all. She is the most exalted devotee of Sri Krishna. What is the English name for Tulasi?
Holy Basil.
Holy basil, yeah. So in the West, it is known as holy basil plant. Okay, it's considered to be the beloved of Lord Krishna. Anybody knows the meaning of Tulasi? I don't know if you can quickly Google or what, I don't know. What is the meaning of Tulasi? Come, quick. Just give me some meanings that you may know. What does Tulasi mean?
Yeah.
Yashoda Priya Mataji.
Forgot already.
Ayya, Mataji, you are the leader for Tulasi worship here, because Mataji has actually sponsored small booklets. There's so many books. Okay, she sponsored for free distribution. Okay, so Tulasi means the incomparable one. Okay, so one more information about Tulasi Maharani. She's also called plant of devotion. She is also called Bhakti Devi. Okay, plant of devotion. You know, when you have this Bhakti appears as a person, then that is Tulasi Maharani. So she is said to be the Bhakti personification, Bhakti personified. Okay, she has spiritually uplifting qualities. So generally, from time immemorial, the Hindus worship Tulasi Maharani in their houses. Okay, so it's supposed to increase devotion to Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Okay, so we have slide coming up for reading. So please volunteer.
I read, Mataji.
Okay.
In the Skanda Purana, it is said, Tulasi is auspicious in all respects, simply by seeing, simply by touching, simply by remembering, simply by praying to, simply by bowing before, simply by hearing about, or simply by sowing this tree, there is always auspiciousness. Anyone who comes in touch with the Tulasi tree in the above mentioned ways live eternally in the Vaikuntha world.
Thank you, Mataji. So look at that few points there. Okay, she's auspicious in all respects, which means just by seeing, touching, remembering, praying, bowing down, hearing, by planting, okay, sowing, there is always auspiciousness. Even keeping her in the house is also very auspicious. Okay, and those who come in touch with the Tulasi tree in the above ways lives eternally in the Vaikuntha world. Okay. Now let's go to the background story of Tulasi Maharani. Tulasi Maharani, she has a swarup, she has an original form in Goloka Vrindavan. When she appears on earth, she assumes the Tulasi plant. Who knows who is she originally in Goloka Vrindavan, except Yashoda Priya Mataji? Sorry, Mataji, you come as rescuer later.
Durga, Durga, right?
What? Sorry, Mataji?
Sorry, Lakshmi.
No. I mean, you are not wrong. You're not wrong. But she has a name from Goloka Vrindavan. Like Lakshmi has so many amsas, all right? So we are also told that Radharani is also Lakshmi. Lakshmi is Radharani's amsa, you know, even though Andal is Bhuma Devi, but Bhuma Devi is also Lakshmi's amsa. So everything comes from Lord Krishna's consort. So, but for this discussion, Tulasi Maharani is originally who in Goloka Vrindavan?
Is it Vrinda Devi Mataji?
Yeah, she is called Vrinda Devi. And how Vrinda Devi looks like? Like this. Okay, and who is Vrinda Devi in Goloka Vrindavan? What is her job description?
Can I answer?
Yes.
Organize pastimes between Radha and Krishna,
Yeah.
one of the main organizer.
Correct, very good. So every night, Radharani and Lord Krishna will have their pastimes. Okay, and it's a great event. So you need an event planner. Vrinda Devi is that event planner. Okay, she orchestrates that that environment or the situation for Radharani and Krishna's pastime to take place. So she is an intimate associate of and an expansion of Srimati Radharani. So two important things here you have to remember. 3, Tulasi Maharani is Vrinda Devi in Goloka Vrindavan. Who is, Vrinda Devi in Goloka Vrindavan. And who is Vrinda Devi? She is intimate associate and an expansion of Srimati Radharani. Okay, just like Krishna's immediate expansion is Lord Balaram, and all the paraphernalia that you use to worship Lord Krishna is Lord Balaram. Like the Arati set or the Mridanga, anything, Krishna's dress, everything is Lord Balaram. Okay, his first expansion. So like that, Vrinda Devi is the expansion of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, she is the intimate personality. Okay. The name Vrinda Devi means one who awards residence in Vrindavan. Okay, so to understand Tulasi Maharani, we need to understand also about Vrinda Devi. So Tulasi Devi and Vrinda Devi are one and the same. Okay, so Srimati Vrinda Devi, Srimati Tulasi Devi. Okay, so a little bit more on Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi is pure devotee of Lord Krishna and expansion of Srimati Radharani. We already saw earlier. She exhibits 2 forms, okay, as Vrinda Devi. Okay, this personality is Vrinda Devi. Another form is the beautiful plant named Tulasi Devi. Okay, she has beautiful leaves. She's got flowers called. What are the flowers of Tulasi plant called? Anybody knows? It starts with M.
Manjari.
Manjari. Yes.
Manjari, yeah.
The flower that comes out from Tulasi plant is called Manjari. So you can also you can use all the parts of Tulasi plant for offering. Okay, you can use Tulasi leaf. If you can get fresh Tulasi leaf all the time, you can use Tulasi leaf. You can use Manjari. Okay, so when you pluck the Tulasi plant, right, you have to pluck 2 leaves below Manjari. Is it correct, Yashoda Priya Mataji? Yeah,
When when I do prayer, I used to pluck the Tulasi, then I put on top of the food.
Okay. So the way to pluck Tulasi plant is that 2 leaves below the Manjari. So
yeah, Manjari.
Yes. So there are the correct time you have to pluck the leaf in the right mood. You have to say prayer and everything. So there is a book available in Jagannath Mandir. So you can actually you can Google also. Okay, if you have Tulasi plant already flourishing in your house and you want to start using it to put on your food to offer to Krishna, then you can start doing it. Okay, we will read on more. All right. Okay, what else? Okay,
We must make prayer before we pluck the leaf.
Yes, right. Okay, she is responsible, as mentioned, she's responsible of setting up the wonderful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Okay, and on earth, she exists as Tulasi Maharani to give mercy to the fallen conditioned souls by blessing us with the devotional service to Krishna. Okay, so we see how she actually orchestrates these pastimes. Okay, a little bit more on about her. Vrinda Devi eternally resides in the Vaikuntha planets. Okay, so we have covered this aspect of these planetary systems in previous classes. So above this material world is the eternal spiritual world, and it's comprised of millions of Vaikuntha planets. Okay, and the top one is the Goloka, okay, where Krishna resides in his original form. And this is where Vrinda Devi resides Okay, she is the, who is she? Intimate?
Associate and expansion of Srimati Radharani.
Yes. Okay, and how does she expand herself on the material world?
As Tulasi Maharani.
Very good. Okay, so let's see more about Vrinda Devi. She is known as Leela Shakti. Leela means pastime. Shakti means potency. She is the orchestrator of all Radha Krishna pastimes. Okay, so she ensures that everything that is in Vrindavan is dedicated to give pleasure to Lord Krishna. Okay, she's got assistant. Can you see who's the assistant? Which one in the picture is her assistant?
Parrots.
Parrots.
Which one got green color, got white color, got yellow color, got blue
All.
color, got white color also, got multicolor also?
All.
Yellow
Huh.
parrot.
Find the hidden object. Who is her assistant?
The green color, Mataji. Is it?
Keputusan Muktamar?
Is it the yellow color?
Yeah, yes, it's yellow parrot. Correct. Okay, now how she directs the pastime, anybody wants to tell what kind of direction she does? Just give me one example. What does the director do in a movie?
Look for places.
Places, yes. Some more. What will he control in the movie or particular scene?
Arrange the people who can be in it, like
Very
the
good.
gopis and
Yes. Okay, so I'll continue here. She controls how the wind blows, when and where it rains, how the trees bend, and so many other things. Okay, for the pleasure of the divine couple. And she's got assistants, which include 2 parrots. Okay, the one that very close to her is a yellow parrot on the left hand. So you can see on the picture here, in the picture here. Okay, she's always seen with parrots. Okay, so what this parrot do is, the parrot will go fly around the Vrindavan, okay, and then it will come and tell news to Vrinda Devi. Okay, this is all is happening. Okay, the parrot's name is Daksha, and this Daksha has disciples. It has 1 lakh disciples. Okay, apparently. Okay, so this is the story of Vrinda Maharani. Okay, so now we are back to Tulasi Devi. Okay, as mentioned earlier, Tulasi Devi is a source of Bhakti. The scriptures are full of pastimes that reveal the potency of Tulasi in developing devotion for the Lord. So there's going to be a very short video to give you an example how Tulasi, just by smelling the fragrance of Tulasi, can cause change of heart of someone. Okay, let's watch this.
तुलसी ठाकुर सेवा
Oops, sorry.
These Kumaras, Chatushan Kumara, Sanat Kumara, they are fashionable impersonal. But after smelling,
Sorry, I pause here. Impersonalist means people who worship formless God, or they think they believe that God has no form. So they are called impersonalists. So we are personalists because we know, we have gone through all the classes. We know Krishna has a form, and Krishna also declared in Bhagavad Gita that he is to be worshipped in his personal form. So Sanat Kumaras were impersonalists. They worship God in formless.
are they Mayavadis, Mataji?
Yes, impersonalists can be Mayavadis also, but it's Mayavadi is slightly different. Mayavadi means they say I can become God, so that's Mayavadi, merging
okay.
all that. Okay, so let's continue.
तुलसी ठाकुर सेवा
these Kumaras, Chatushan Kumara, Sanat Kumara, they were fashionable impersonally. But after smelling the Tulasi leaf, which was offered to the lotus feet of Vishnu, they become personal.
दर्शन गोविंद जी को
Okay, so it didn't take them too much of time to understand the change of heart, to experience the change of heart from impersonalism to personalism. So how this story happened was, one day they went to visit Lord Vishnu at Vaikuntha, but they are just like young boys, they are not dressed. So the Jai and Vijaya, the gatekeepers of the Vaikuntha, they didn't allow them in because they are not in a proper attire. Okay, so a lot of debate ensued, and finally the Sanat Kumaras cursed Jaya Vijaya, which led to the pastimes of Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa and Jarasandha, Ravan and Kumbhakarna, right? Okay, so the four Kumaras, like long ago, visit Vaikuntha and are at the doorstep. Okay, this is when the debate all were going on. All right. Okay, so when they were like leaving, suddenly the breeze carried the aroma of Tulasi leaves, which were placed on Lord Vishnu's lotus feet, entered the nostrils of these sages. They immediately experienced a change both in body and in mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding. Okay, so this is an example of how the aroma of Tulasi helps one develop devotion to the Lord. Just give me a minute. Okay, so we continue. By seeing the Lord and smelling the breeze carrying the aroma of Tulasi leaves and saffron from his lotus feet, their minds changed. They saw the Lord's transcendental beauty again and again, and they started meditating on him as a person. So there is a point here, as a person. So the impersonalism changed to personalism. All right. So this is a point to emphasize the importance of Tulasi Maharani and the personal form feature of the Lord. Okay. So, they describe about his beauty. So it's a very important lesson here. Okay. So the upcoming slides will be on the glories of Tulasi Devi. So please take turn to read, yeah. Okay, from different scriptures. Okay. Who has not read yet?
Okay, Mataji, I'll read.
Okay.
Om Narada, wherever Tulasi grows, there is no misery. She is the holiest of the holy. Wherever the breeze blows her fragrance, there is purity. Vishnu showers blessing on those who worship and grow Tulasi in the Padma Purana.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So if you have Tulasi plant in your home, so I'm sure you're already appreciating it, but now you'll be appreciating it more, like you'll be worshipping her. Okay, for her, for you, it will not be just an ordinary plant in the garden. Okay, wherever the breeze blows her fragrance, there is purity. Okay, so this will certainly please Lord Vishnu. This is mentioned by Lord Shiva himself. Okay, the next one. This is from also Padma Purana. So we need to understand Padma Purana is spoken by Lord Shiva. Okay, it's a conversation between Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. Okay, next.
I read, Mataji.
Okay.
Whatever the aroma of Tulasi is carried by the wind, it purifies the atmosphere and frees all animals from all base tendencies. From Purana, Uttarakhanda.
Uttarakhanda. Okay. Next. Okay, from Skanda Purana.
I will read, Mataji.
Okay.
Every home with a Tulasi plant is a place of pilgrimage.
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 Yeah,
And
holy place. Pilgrimage means holy place.
And no disease, messages of Yama, the god of death, can enter it. Skanda.
Actually, it should be can't. Okay, can't. Every home with a Tulasi plant is a place of pilgrimage. Pilgrimage is where you go, it's a holy place where you perform parikrama, you walk, okay, visiting the holy places that Krishna or great sages have performed pastimes or were present on the earth. No diseases, okay, correct, right? And no diseases, messengers of Yama and the god of death can enter. So actually, yes, it's correct. Grammatically, it's correct. So diseases, messengers of Yama, the god of death, cannot enter the place where worship of Tulasi is going on. So who will come to take us?
Vishnu Dutas.
Vishnu Dutas, that's right. Okay, let's proceed. Padma Purana again. Kritika Mataji, would you like to read this?
Yes. Vishnu, the Lord of the three worlds, takes up abode in the village or the house where Tulasi is grown. In such a house, no one suffers calamities like poverty, illness, or separation from dear ones.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So, no poverty, no illness, or separation from dear ones. Okay, the Lord Vishnu resides there at those places. Okay, next. Tulasi is the essence of all devotional activities. Okay. The leaves, flowers, roots, bark, branches, trunk, and shade of Tulasi Devi are all spiritual. She is auspicious in all aspects. Okay, you can use any of these for worship. Our Tulasi, our neck bead, right? It's made of Tulasi wood. Our chanting beads for initiated devotees is made of Tulasi wood. You use leaf or stick or manjari to offer food. What else? What else? We use the Tulasi stick to light up ghee lamp for Damodara. What else? When people pass away, we use the branches of Tulasi in the coffin, and we cremate them with it, along with it, so they will be brought to higher planets. Okay, what else? Yashoda Priya Mataji, would you like to add anything? Any parts of Tulasi plant that we are using in our
purify.
spiritual
It's
life?
very pure.
Sorry, Mataji. Any parts of Tulasi plant that we are using in our spiritual life?
No.
We have covered all, right? We covered leaves, flowers.
The soil, Mataji. Soil.
Yeah,
of
soil
Tulasi.
for what, Mataji? We put on,
you can put it on your forehead, and
okay.
it purifies you, they say.
Okay, what else? Anything else? Anybody would like to add on? Rajina Mataji, anything you'd like to add on? So please feel free to add on. Okay.
Mataji, just one thing. I read, they said during Damodara month, if you take the soil of Tulasi Maharani, then you place it in your forehead, and then you offer the lamb. It's equivalent to like thousands, I think, offering thousands of lamb. Or
thousands of lambs.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Mataji. One who with devotion applies the paste of Tulasi wood to the deity of Krishna will always stay close to Krishna. Okay, anybody would like to read this? Also Padma Purana. So there's a lot of glorification of Tulasi Maharani in Padma Purana.
I read. Oh, it's okay. Carry on.
Thank you. One who sees or comes near a house or garden where a Tulasi plant is present gets rid of all his sinful reactions, including that of killing a Brahmana.
Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, so please put in the chat whose house you have a Tulasi plant. Yeah, so we will check on that later. Okay, next slide. Also Padma Purana.
I read, Mataji.
Okay.
One who offers a Tulasi Manjari to Lord Krishna gets the benefit of offering all other varieties of flowers, and he goes to the abode of Krishna.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Next, Saras Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji, my screen is small. Some of the words are missing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No problem. A house where Tulasi Devi is present never falls on bad times, and it becomes purer than all holy places. So where there is a household with Tulasi Devi, it never falls on bad times, becomes purer than all holy places. All right. Okay. Lord Krishna and all the demigods live in a house where mud from the base of the Tulasi tree is present. Without Tulasi leaves, Lord Krishna does not like to accept flowers, fruit, or sandalwood paste. So therefore, we should always place Tulasi leaves on all the food items. Means every item. Like if you're cooking rice, curry, sabji, or sweet, so you must put one on the rice, one on the sabji, one on the curry, one on the drink, or one on the dessert. Okay. All right. So you can't put everything in one plate and put one Tulasi. That's not how it works. So every offering will have to have one Tulasi leaf.
Mataji, just now one of the slides shows paste, Tulasi paste, right? How do you get that?
This one, Mataji, I think you grind it. I've not seen how it's exactly done, but I think it should be like how you do the chandan paste, you grind, make it powder, and then you add with water. It's like that.
From the branch, is it?
It should be, Mataji. It should be Tulasi wood, right? Either trunk or branch.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
Okay. Can someone read, please?
Yes. I've already cheered the handphone.
Okay. Very good.
Sorry. I was trying many times. Okay. One who worships Lord Krishna daily with Tulasi leaves attains the results of all kinds of austerities, charity, and sacrifice. In fact, he has no other duties to perform, and he has realized the essence of the scripture. Padma Purana.
Okay, he attains the results of all kind of austerity. So this is very important, yeah. Even though Krishna mentioned about the importance of austerity, charity, and sacrifice, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentioned all these items, right? Austerity, charity, sacrifice. These are done in 3 modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay, so it is mentioned that by worshipping Tulasi, you surpass all these activities. Of course, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says charity has to be performed. Even great sages perform charity. Because for ordinary people, this austerity, this charity and sacrifice, it actually develop the detachment quality from your results, from the fruit of your work. So that's why this charity and sacrifice is very important, because you gradually detach yourself from the fruits of your work. Okay. However, if you have taken up the transcendental life or spiritual life, then all these are met. The goal of doing this, the objective is met. Okay, that's why it is mentioned. He has no other duties to perform because he's ultimately pleasing Krishna. Right? So only those who are yet to come to that level, they are encouraged to perform charity, sacrifice, and austerity, but in the mode of goodness. Because passion and ignorance, it's gonna it doesn't give you an everlasting effect, and it's still binding. Okay, it is not done with the right mood, so it can be harmful for us. Okay, one who puts in his mouth or on his head Tulasi leaves that have been offered to Lord Krishna attains Lord Krishna's abode. So for those who have been to Jagannath Mandir, you will see the pujari will bring the tray with the Chadari Darshan, right? So he will put the Chadari Darshan on your head. So on the tray, there'll be some offered flowers, there'll be some offered Tulasi. So you can actually take one Tulasi leaf and you can put in your mouth. So it is mentioned that we are not supposed to munch the Tulasi leaf. We cannot bite and munch. So you're supposed to just like swallow it like that. Is it correct, Yashoda Priya Mataji?
Yeah.
Teeth, right?
Sometimes I forgot I bite it.
Yeah, I just have to swallow it.
The put on the top, one I feel got energy go down to my body only once.
Oh,
I put
wow. And then we were also told that after you offer the food with tulasi, you're not supposed to heat up the food. So you're not supposed to heat up the tulasi leaf. You're not supposed to blend the tulasi leaf. Okay, so probably if you need to blend it, sometimes we feed the kids, right? Or sometimes the food has gone cold, you want to heat up, then you try your best to remove the tulasi leaf. And
you
then
must use pure water because this is my third plant. The first plant and the second plant, I always knew the already offer from the that one. We all Chinese God, heaven God, and that I always use the water to pour the tulasi plant. First plant,
yes.
like this.
Yes.
Second one also die. The third one also I pour. Then don't know something come to me say you already because that one already offer already you that one is the water is not purified already. Then I quickly change and use pure water. Then I use that already offer water. Then my terusi now live now try to now get more branches of it. If not also going to die, my third plant. Then now I save it already because don't know something come to my mind.
Okay, yeah, so what happens is that you can actually have a water offered, all right, with tulasi offered. And if you have food, this is only for emergencies, if you're traveling or whatever, you want to have offered food, so you can have that water, offered water. You can sprinkle that water on unoffered food, so that is considered offered as well. Okay, so so that's during emergencies. Okay.
No, that offer water is from that Nato Kong, that one, the Dato, that one, I take like the cup, then I go and pour on Tulasi. I don't know. I think
So you have actually stopped doing that, right?
Yeah, I stopped doing my plant. Now grow again.
Okay. And then, of course, when you want to offer water to Krishna, we don't take pipe water, okay? Because we are taking filtered water, boiled water, all right?
Yeah, I
So
often
we
the
have to treat
Krishna filtered water.
that way also. Okay, we have to treat Krishna that way as well. Personal treatment for Krishna. So we only give him filtered water, cooked, boiled water, okay? So whoever using pipe water for Krishna, so please change. Okay, last time when we grow up, we take water from the pipe. Now, after I came to ISKCON, I learned all this. Oh yeah, why we are drinking filter water and Krishna is giving, or the gods on the altar is given pipe water. Why? Okay, so now it makes sense. All right. So next. Okay, who's gonna read?
I'll read, Mataji.
Okay.
In Kali Yuga, one who worships, remembers, plants, keeps, or performs kirtana before Tulasi burns up all sinful reactions and quickly attains Lord Krishna's abode.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So we have prayers for Tulasi Maharani, and in temples or at certain people's home where they have Tulasi, you can walk around, pay obeisance, you do prayers, okay? So, and then when you do kirtan, so it is said that it burns up all sinful reactions and quickly attains Lord Krishna's abode. So sometimes you will see that a place will have very nice flourishing Tulasi Maharani, and you will see they have very nice devotional life. Okay, so some people are just lucky. They may not be devotee, they may not, they don't realize that Tulasi. I've seen houses, they are not actually Krishna's devotee, and they are meat eaters, but the Tulasi will be growing so wonderfully around their house. Okay, so their house is really blessed. So if they can worship Tulasi, that will be really good. One who worships Lord Krishna with Tulasi leaves releases all his ancestors from the realm of birth and death. Wow, look, so this is not only helping us and our existing family members, but you can also help your family members who are no longer with us. Okay, so this is very important point. Okay, so you can show your love for your departed, the departed ones by doing this as well. Okay. One who remembers the glories or tells others about them will never take birth again. So after this, everybody go and tell about the glories of Mother Maran to everyone. Okay, so we don't want to come back here again. Okay. Okay, so now got a story here. this is the story about Satyabhama. Who's Satyabhama?
Krishna's wife.
Krishna's wife. Okay. Krishna has another principal queen. These are principal queens.
Rukmini Devi.
Rukmini and Satyabhama. Okay, very good. So apparently Rukmini is goddess of fortune. Lakshmi Devi. Satyabhama is Bhuma Devi. Okay, but they are all Lakshmi's Amsa. It's just expansions. So there is always the case that, okay, this version is slightly different. I'm going to add on a slightly different version, but generally the moral of the lesson is the same. Okay, so Satyabhama is always, Rukmini, Krishna always favors Rukmini a lot. Rukmini is very dear to Krishna for some reason. Okay, so Satyabhama always have this feeling that why Krishna always spend more time with Rukmini? Why he doesn't spend time with me? So one time she went and complained to Narada Muni, I will do anything to get Krishna's attention to my side. So Narada Muni wanted to show Satyabhama why Rukmini is a special person. Okay, so here in this version, it seems like Satyabhama and Narada Muni organized a drama, a so-called a play, okay? But in that play, Narada Muni wanted to teach a lesson to Satyabhama. Okay, so Satyabhama, one of Krishna's principal wives, was proud of her family lineage and good looks. One day, Narada Muni offered her a plan to receive Krishna's undivided attention because he is paying more attention to Queen Rukmini, which she eagerly accepted. Let us see what this plan was. So according to the plan, Satyabhama, okay, there was a plan. Okay, there's a plan that Narada Muni says that I am going to take Krishna as my servant. If you don't want me to take Krishna as my servant, then you need to give me opulences equivalent to Krishna's weight. So Satyabhama ran to Lord Krishna and said, oh Lord, there's something happened. Narada Muni is going to take you as a servant, but if I want to stop him, I need to give opulences equivalent to your wealth. Okay, so what they are supposed to do is that they wanted to place Krishna on the daching, right? What do you call that? A scale, right? Okay. And she said the only way to get him back was to give Narada the amount of jewelry equal to Lord Krishna's weight. Satyabhama was confident that this would help her win Lord Krishna's exclusive attention. So she thought that by sacrificing all her jewelries to get back her husband, and that will please Lord Krishna. Oh, Satyabhama is so much Satyabhama cares for me so much that she has sacrificed all her jewelry. So this is the assumption that Satyabhama had. Okay, so they arranged for a scale, a large scale. Okay, this is a scale used to weigh grains and groceries. Okay, and she also called out all her caretakers, assistants to bring out all her jewels and gold to the courtroom. So they placed Krishna on one side and they started piling up all the jewelries on the other side. But as they kept doing it, Krishna did not budge an inch, right? She kept adding more and more of her wealth, but the pan with Krishna did not even bulge. Then Narada Muni started sounding the alarm. He said, if you fail to supply me with sufficient wealth, Krishna will forever be a slave to me. I can even beat him out to anyone I want. Now, Satyabhama became very worried if it's going to become true because her jewelry is all gone already and Krishna cannot be lifted. Okay, now she swallowed her pride. She even begged other wives of Krishna to give their jewels because let's save our husband, okay? So they could retain Krishna. Out of their devotion to their Lord, the wives removed every gold ornament on their body, but the scale showed no signs of motion. So now, what is Satyabhama's contingency plan now? What happens now? So there seems to be
for help.
Yeah, there seems to be a twist in the story. So she has to go to Queen Rukmini. Okay, so all right. So with the suggestion of Lord Krishna, as mentioned here, Krishna told Satyabhama, why don't you go to Rukmini? She will be able to get us out of this predicament. Okay, so Rukmini saw what happened. She went over, she just placed one tulasi leaf on the piled jewelries. Boom, the Krishna's pen went up. Okay, the pen with Lord Krishna flew up and remained under balance. Okay, then Satyabhama was so shocked. Okay, and Krishna said, okay, now you try removing all your jewelries. Despite her removing all the jewelries, Krishna remained lifted. Okay, and the one that's remaining on the other side of the pen is just that one tulasi leaf. Okay, all right, so Satyabhama's pride was thus crushed by Lord Krishna. So it is to be offered with love, selflessness. That is how you can win over Krishna, not by giving opulences, money, jewelries, gold. Okay, so there are two lessons here. One, you cannot win Krishna by offering the opulences and wealth. Number two, you have to offer the what is dear to Krishna, which is the tulasi leaf. A single tulasi leaf is more precious to the Lord than all the wealth in the world, especially when offered with love and devotion. Okay, right, so that's how we offer tulasi leaf. Okay, like how I explained earlier, every dish must have one tulasi leaf. Okay, so whenever we want to make a food offering, we have to always remember to put tulasi leaf or flowers or the stick. So if you find that you are running out of fresh tulasi leaf, you can keep dried ones, okay, not in the fridge because it'll become soggy and black, okay, and with fungus. So you have to keep it outside. This is when you don't have access to tulasi, okay. So even when the tulasi leaf are dried, you can still use them. Okay, so you can use dry tulasi leaf, dry tulasi stick. So you can keep this for emergency. All right.
Excuse me.
Yes,
They all
yes.
said, after Ekadasi, the second day, we cannot pluck the tulasi leaf. But I always forgot.
Is it? So there are. So you have to
remember.
Yeah, so to pluck few and keep.
And we must pluck and keep before Tulasi.
Okay.
Before Ekadasi. Before Ekadasi.
Just give me one moment. Okay, so we have two types of tulasi. One is Krishna tulasi, which is a little dark bluish or blackish in color, and we have green one, which is called Ram tulasi. Okay, so what are we able to make with tulasi? We can offer tulasi leaf on its own. We can put it on food and offer to Krishna. What else? Have you seen the other ways of offering tulasi to Krishna or Vishnu?
The garland and then
yes, garland. Okay, very good. What else?
Mataji, I read in one Ekadasi story. If like you take one piece of tulasi leaf, then you put chandan on it, and on Ekadasi day you offer it to the Lord, you will attend Vaikunta. While
Yes.
fasting.
Even in our temple, the tulasi is mixed with the chandan and put on the lotus feet of the Gauranitai. Okay. So like I mentioned earlier, you can use tulasi for neck bead or chanting beads. Okay. So now we are entering various prayers for Tulasi Devi. So these prayers will be in this slide, which I will provide to you later in PDF form. So you can keep this and you can do this, your worship at your home by reciting these prayers. Okay, this is called Sri Tulasi Pranama, Sri Tulasi Kirtana, Sri Tulasi Pradakshina Mantra. Pradakshina means going around. Okay, first you sing this Tulasi Pranama. It's a very short mantra, and then you have Kirtana, and then finally you go around the Tulasi plant. So this is the mantra where you pay obeisance to Tulasi Maharani. Okay, and you recite this 3 times, right? Vrindaye Tulasi Deviyaye Priyaye Kesavascha Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namaha. Meaning, I offer my repeated obeisance unto Vrinda, Srimati Tulasi Devi, who is very dear to Lord Keshava. O goddess, you bestow devotional service to Lord Krishna and you possess the highest truth. So usually it is this prayer is done, or this worship is done after Mangalarati, early morning. Okay, so the next song is Tulasi Kirtana. So this one you will sing with the kartal, mridanga, you will sing. This one is more of a recitation of the mantra. Okay, so this is a song, Namo Nama Tulasi Krishna. This song was very, very famous like 20 years ago. Do you all remember? Why was it so famous? You know, those days we had this album called Tulasi.
Yes.
And this is how I entered ISKCON. So I was so smitten by this song. One time they were having this launching in Bhakti caves. So the song just pulled me to that. They had this concert. It's like a stage. So they were launching it. And they were singing this song. I don't understand what they are singing. I just know it's something happened to the heart. You know, I don't know what word is there, and it's in Sanskrit. It's not even Sanskrit. I think it's Bengali. Don't know, but I know somehow it's related to Krishna, and the soul becomes happy or what. I don't know. All right, so I went there, sit on the field, and I started crying and crying and crying. I don't know why I was even crying. And then I was so smitten, and I tried so hard to get that the cassette, those days cassette, and I wasn't working. I was homesick, so I didn't have money also. That time 12 ringgit, so expensive. All right, so that's the beginning of my journey at that time. And then I got it, and I started reading the meaning of these songs. The entire album has a lot of songs, and then there were meaning. So the meanings were so close to heart. Right, so this is why it's important when we do a prayer or chant prayers, we want to understand what is the meaning of these prayers. So you will be able to relate. Then it will become very meaningful to you, and you are able to express yourself when you do these prayers. Okay, so these are not just mere words. Right, so later on we memorize this song for the purpose of singing in the kirtan, but we need to know the meaning of this song. Can we have somebody to read this translation? Maybe one person can take one paragraph. Yeah. Kartini Mataji.
O Tulasi, my beloved, O Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow down before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna.
Okay. Kala Mataji.
Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy on him, you make him a resident of Vrindavana.
Okay, Param Prabhu.
My desire is that you will also give me a residence and pleasure in the pleasure groves of Sri Vardhavanda Dhamma. Thus, within my vision, I always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna.
Okay, Saras Mataji.
I beg you to make me a follower of the cowherd, damsels of Raja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maid servant.
Okay, Kritika Mataji.
This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna prays, may I always swim in the love of Sri Sri Radha and Govinda.
Okay, thank you, Mataji Prabhu. So the next is the devotees will sing, after this mantra, right? After this mantra, you recite this 3 times while paying obeisance. Okay, and after that, you will sing this kirtan. All right. This is where the worshipper will offer Tulasi with a few items, incense, ghee lamp, and flowers. So while the person is offering the articles, the person who performs this worship, right, he has to stand on a mat, You can't stand barefoot on the floor. So you have to, stand on a mat, and you have to ring a bell on the left, and then you offer all these items. Okay. So before that, you have to purify these items with the achamana water. Okay. After that, you can distribute that the incense. The incense, you usually poke it in a sand or something, right? But other than that, you can offer the ghee lamp and flowers, and then give it to the devotees around. You have to distribute because it's a prasad. So after this kirtan finish, then the devotees or you and your family can go around the Tulasi. In Tamil, we call it Tulasi Madam. You can also call it a Tulasi vase or Tulasi stand. Okay, you can see the picture here. This Mataji, she's going around. So when you go around, you sing this one. Okay, Yani Kani Chapapani Brahma Hatya Dikanicha Tani Tani Pranashanti Pradakshina Pade Pade. Pradakshina means circumambulation. Yashoda Priya Mataji, can you sing this verse for us?
No, I don't know how to sing.
Okay, who can sing?
Me.
Okay.
Yani kani chapapani Brahma hatya dikani cha tani tani prana shanti pradikshana pade pade.
Okay, very good. So those who Mataji, can you please read the translation also?
Those who circumambulate Srimati Tulasi Devi step by step destroy whatever sins they have committed, even the killing of a Brahmana.
Okay, so these three prayers are important. So this is the sequence. Okay, first is the Vrindaya Tulasi Devyaye Priyaye Kesavasricha Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namaha, and then Tulasi Kirtana, and then Yanikani Chapapani Pradakshina Mantra. So we have come to the end of the segment for Tulasi Devi. Okay, so we want to know what we have learned. Okay, so you remember once this class is over, you will know what to bring back home. Okay, we have understood the we have understood the importance of Tulasi and her worship, like it keeps bad things away. Lord Yama and his servants will not come to us. It fills our life and the home with lots of auspiciousness, and we can do offering with Tulasi leaf to please Krishna. Okay, and then we learn the pranama mantra and arti song. So you can start by doing this arti at least once a week. But if you have Tulasi at home, then you water her every day. Okay, so all glories to Tulasi Maharani. Okay, so that is the end of the segment for Tulasi Devi. So after this, we have some reading of the slides, Nectar of the Holy Name. Can we have somebody to read?
I read.
Sorry, yeah. Roja Mataji.
Chanting the holy name before the Tulasi plant has immense spiritual potency. Without difficulty, one can sit down anywhere, especially on the bank of the Ganges, Yamuna, or any other sacred river, devise a sitting place or cottage, plant a Tulasi tree, and before the Tulasi, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra undisturbed. This is not at all difficult for anyone, and the process of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with a vow before the Tulasi plant has such great spiritual potency that simply by doing this, one can become spiritually strong.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so you can sit after your arati and everything, you can sit near the Tulasi plant and you can chant. Okay, so that is the story of this person. Who is this personality?
Haridas Thakur.
Haridas Thakur. Yes, Haridas Thakur was originally a Muslim. Okay, however, due to the association with Mahaprabhu, he became a great devotee, and he actually chanted the Lord's name per day, 300,000. Okay, and he chants throughout day and night. So how he does that? He built a cottage in a forest, he planted a Tulasi plant, and he will sit there and he will chant 300,000 times daily. Okay, the pastime went like this, that until and unless he finished at 300,000 Lord's holy names, he does not attend to any other business. So much so that even when there was a Muslim ruler there and he didn't like Haridas Thakur becoming a devotee. So he thought the only way to disturb him is by sending a prostitute to seduce him. So he will send this lady. So this lady will come and approach him. I want to have a nice time with you. Okay, then Haridas Thakur knew well there is a plan plotted by the ruler of that place. So he will say, you know, I have taken a vow that I will chant 300,000 names of the Lord per day. I don't mind having good time with you, but I have to finish this. So can I attend to you after I finish this? So he will go on chant and chant. Of course, the lady will agree. Okay, I will wait. So she will just wait there and she will see and hear him doing the chanting. So until the end of the day, then he will say, okay, I finished already. Then she will say, no, I'm tired. I'm going to go back. So she will go back. So next day she will come. The same thing will happen. Oh, I have my chanting to finish. Can you wait? Okay, I will wait. And then by end of the day, she is tired. Then she went back. So by the third day, she has already purified. She came with that kind of intention. All right. And by hearing that holy name, especially that from a great Acharya, it has actually caused a change of heart. And she actually requested Haridas Thakur to initiate her, and she became his disciple. All right. She bowed her head and she started going around and preaching. And that is the magic of the holy name chanted by Haridas Thakur, of course, with at the vicinity of Tulasi plant. So he is such a great exemplary personality on chanting that he's gotten the name of Nama Acharya. Okay, so she became so elevated by this hearing. Okay, so and that even great Vaishnavas would go to her to get her mercy. So that's how special this pastime was. Okay. All right, so this is happened 500 years ago. Can somebody read for us, please? Anyone?
Okay.
Yes.
Chaitanya Leela Srila Advaita Acharya was very much disturbed to see the growth of irreligiosity. Therefore, he decided to call for the personality of Godhead, Krishna, to descend by worshipping the Lord with Tulasi leaves and the water of the Ganges. When Sri Krishna was pleased by this devotion, he descended as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So Advaita Acharya is a very old person born in Mayapur 500 years ago, and he saw how people are suffering in this Kali Yuga. So he begged for Krishna to come down. It is time for you to come down. Okay, but because what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, when he will come, there are 3 reasons, right? What are the 3 reasons? Who remember? To annihilate the miscreants. Remember? Paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya cha duskritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya. Vasiki Mataji, do you know the meaning of Paritranaya sadhunam? Which chapter is that?
No, Mataji.
Kartini Mataji.
Is it when there's decline in religious?
Okay, that one is Yada Yada Hidharmasya, right?
Does it mean oppression against devotees?
I wouldn't say it's wrong, but I'm looking for the exact translation of the verse that Krishna said.
What is it again, Mataji?
Paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya cha duskritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya.
To establish dharma again.
Okay, that's the third one. What's the other 2? Paritranaya sadhunam, sadhunam. So there are 2 verses. Okay, Krishna said he will a reason for Krishna to appear on earth. Okay, where is that Bhagavad Gita? It's in chapter 4. Is it chapter 4? Okay, yes, chapter 4. Cepat cari. Anybody opening Bhagavad Gita?
To protect the pious, Mataji.
Yes, can you repeat that, Mataji?
To protect the pious.
Okay, to deliver the pious. Next, paritranaya sadhunam. That is paritranaya sadhunam. Vinasaya cha duskritam. Vinasaya means destroy. Duskritam means evil people. So what does that mean? To annihilate the miscreants.
Miscreant.
Yeah, annihilate the miscreants. What is the third reason?
Dharma.
Dharma samstapanartaya. What does that mean? Which text is this? Chapter 4 text?
Religious.
Verse 8.
Verse 8, yes. So what's the third reason?
To establish Dharma.
To re-establish the principles of religion. Okay, now go back a bit to text 7. When Krishna appears, 2 reasons. You all have Bhagavad Gita in your hand. Yes, Prabhu.
Decline in religious practice.
Very good. One reason is decline in religious practice. Another reason, same verse.
Practice and predominant
of irreligion.
Irreligion.
Rise
of irreligion.
Religious practice going down, irreligion going up. So when these 2 things happen, Krishna will appear. And when he comes, what does he do? He delivers the pious. He destroys the asuras. And then he re-established the principles of religion. Can you all get the flow? Kartini Mataji, please explain. Come on, Mataji, you can do it.
My gosh. Okay, when Krishna comes, he will
You start with when he comes. There are 2 things that calls him. And when he comes, what does he do?
When there's disparity of religion.
When the
and disparity of religion.
Okay.
And also rise of irreligion.
Right.
Okay. And then when he comes, he will deliver devotees, annihilate miscreants, and establish the principles of Dharma. Re-establish the principles of Dharma.
Congratulations, Mataji. Boleh bagi class already. Okay, so now you got the flow. Chapter 4, text 7 to 8, and that is how you read it. So this is why Advaita Acharya called Krishna Krishna. All the situation is very conducive for you to come, so please come. Okay, of course, this is not the way he said, but he was actually pleading and crying to Krishna, Krishna, please come. Okay, so when he prayed to Krishna this way, he offered water with Tulasi to the saligram that he's worshipping. If you can see here, let me try to focus that for you. So he is worshipping saligram sila and is offering Tulasi on his hand. Okay, so this is why Tulasi Maharani comes in this situation. So for that, I have to bring in all the chapter 4, 7, and 8. Okay, so please read for us, please. Kritika Mataji.
Yeah. Advaita Acharya was always absorbed in thoughts of how to deliver the fallen souls of the entire world. The entire world is full of non-devotees, he thought. How will they be delivered? Determined to deliver all the fallen souls, Advaita Acharya decided to cause Krishna to descend. With this vow, he began to offer Ganges water and Tulasi leaves to worship the Lord. Similarly, Haridasa Thakura chanted in his cave on the bank of the Ganges with the intention of causing Krishna's descent. Because of the devotional service of these 2 persons, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended as an incarnation. Thus, he preached the holy name of the Lord and ecstatic love of Krishna to deliver the entire world.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So this is the written form of what I just explained earlier. So how Advaita Acharya worship to bring the Lord to come down. Okay, so there's a question from Roja Mataji. What is Saligram Sila? So Saligram Sila is usually in this color. Okay, they are found in Gandaki River. And this Saligram Sila, these are rocks. Okay, technically they are rocks. And they have a particular worm. I think whoever has information about Saligram Sila, you can just add on. Okay, so I'm just giving basic information. So this particular insect or worm, it goes in and out the Sila, the rock, and it causes certain pattern. Sometimes it looks like Lord Narsingha, sometimes it looks like Lord Rama, sometimes it looks like a different deities. So, so devotees take that Sila and they bring back and they do worship. And this worship is very, very strict worship. You cannot whimsically pray, you don't pray, so it must be carefully worshipped. So these are called Saligram Sila. Okay, if you go to the internet, if you just look for Aindrav Das Prabhu Saligram Sila, he stayed in here in a small room in Vrindavan Krishna Balaram temple, and you can see how many Saligram Silas he had in his room. So many. Okay, so after Prabhu passed away, so they have to give away the Saligram Silas. Okay, so that is about Saligram Sila. Okay, so that's about how the Lord was worshipped by using Tulasi Maharani by Advaita Acharya. Okay, this video is actually, we already played last week. Okay, so I won't play it now. I think they made a mistake here. Okay, I tried to find a video on Tulasi Maharani, but everything is very long, more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So I did not put it in anything. Okay, so I think that's sufficient because we already reached the time. Any questions?
Mataji, I have 3 questions.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, the first one, right? It is mentioned that we can't eat the leaves, as in we can't munch.
Munch of it, yeah.
Yeah, but then I've seen like some recipes where they will actually like make up a concoction of tulasi leaves and other leaves. Even like they prepare hair oils with tulasi leaves. That is not actually advisable, right?
Yes, Mataji, for devotees, we are not encouraged to use any juice or shampoo or soap, anything that is made of tulasi, we don't use. We try, we avoid, yeah.
Okay, for my second question, what is the difference between Krishna and Ram Tulasi? Like, can both of them be worshipped?
Yes, yes, they can be worshipped. It's just different colors. The Krishna Tulasi looks darker, like Krishna's color. Rama is green. That's all. That's the only difference.
Okay, and my last question is, can we like propagate many plants together at the same time? Sometimes we will have like few plants at the same time, right? Because once it has a baby or something, then we just transfer it to another pot. So when we're offering prayers, do we offer it to one single plant or like to all the plants?
Usually the plant will be one with one root, one plant. So if they are together, then you see your convenience, Mataji. If it's troublesome to bring them apart, it may cause them to, wither or die. The better not disturb them.
Because like my place there, it just grows everywhere. So I keep transferring it into different pots, but then I place them all together. So I was wondering, like, how do we offer the prayers?
Okay,
like
you can get a small pot and a stand. So you have one small tulasi plant planted into that. And because you have to go around, worship, so sometimes when it's hot, you can bring it inside, or rainy, you can keep inside. So those that are widely growing, you can leave them outside, you can't bring them in. So this one that you're worshiping, then you have to be very careful that you cannot put drying clothes nearby it, because you can't possibly protect all the other plants, right? So this one that you're worshiping, then you can have small one planted. If you are very familiar with replanting and transferring, right? You keep one small one, Mataji, for your plant, for your worship.
Okay, Mataji, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so you are worshipping Tulasi plant already, Mataji, or how are you planning to?
I'm already worshipping in Mataji.
So it's in a pot and a stand, is it like that?
Yes. Yes, and I have Krishna Tulasi. That's why I was wondering, like, is it okay? Because in temple, I always see Ram Tulasi.
No problem. I have one friend and his Tulasi madam is Krishna Tulasi. It's really big and huge. So I think all got Anna already. So
Okay.
that's okay. Okay. So any other questions? So nice meeting you all. Param Prabhu, what happened? You forgot the class? I thought you didn't see the message, I think. Okay, so that's all.
Just want to
Yes,
add,
Mati.
according to Prabhu Punitan, he said Tulasi is not allowed to be munched because it's high content of mercury, and then it will reach the enamel of the teeth. That's what he said in one of the classes.
Oh, okay. So that's a scientific explanation.
Anyway, I can Google and see. I'm just repeating what was said in the class.
Yeah, I understand, Mataji. Even when we are avoiding onion and garlic, we have spiritual reason and we also have these biological reasons. So we always have that explanations. Yeah, understand, Mataji. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can I ask you something?
Yes.
You know, like on Tulasi Maharani, right? There's this green, this white color kind of fungal or whatever it's growing. It's white, yeah. Like I actually didn't expect it to have. I actually have a lot of plants in my room, and in one of the pots, the Tulasi Maharani came by itself. So they were. Yeah, so they were coming so well, but then this white color mist thing, it's on the leaves. And before this, I tried so many other things. Like I used neem oil, I use apple cider vinegar, whatever it is stated in the internet, but every time it ends up killing the plant. And I don't want to kill the plant, like it's in my room.
Turmeric water, have you tried turmeric water? I'm told to use that as well.
Turmeric water.
Yeah, turmeric water. But I think the turmeric also you have to be very careful because like in my house, I don't use the normal turmeric powder like Baba's. I don't. It's either I use fresh turmeric that I udikran or I use organic powder. Even the organic powder also I'm not using much. I use the fresh turmeric. So you can try that. I'm not expert because my condo also we have tried so many times it failed. You are getting the white spots. I used to get the black insects.
I used to get that, but that's the Tulasi that we used to pray. I mean, we pray, but I have like really damaged those Tulasis many times, like using all this, but this is in my room. So I'm like really afraid because it's very beautiful and I don't want to damage it. So I really don't know what to do because Tulasi leaf is extremely sensitive, right?
Okay, we can ask around, Mataji. I will ask around for you also.
Okay, Mataji.
So you searched on the net for this white thing presence, and then you have tried all those and it didn't work. Is it?
Yeah, all those I've tried before with other Tulasi plants. That's why I'm like extremely careful with this Tulasi in the room. They are so beautiful and there's like 5 of them. So I don't want to damage them.
Okay, I will check it out for you also, Mataji. I'll ask around.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.